Focus on you until the focus is on you. Marcus Aurelius and Epictetus talked a lot about being disciplined and doing the right thing when life gets tough. They believed that focusing on ourselves, the calmness within us, and being a good person are keys to having a focused life. Welcome to another dose of wisdom as we make this day a blast, so be sure to stick around for quotes that hit hard throughout the video. Let's get started now. When you let your attention slide for a bit, don't think you will get back a grip on it whenever you wish. Instead, bear in mind that because of today's mistake, everything that follows will be necessarily worse. Is it possible to be free from error? Not by any means. But it is possible to be a person always stretching to avoid error. For we must be content to at least escape a few mistakes by never letting our attention slide. Epictetus. Epictetus tells us that it's vital to pay close attention and not assume it's easy to get back our focus once we lose it. He says that when we're not attentive, it can cause a chain of bad things to happen. We can't avoid making mistakes entirely, but we can try to stop them by making sure we don't let our minds wander. Albert Einstein's example in the book Wrapped shows how important it is to concentrate deeply to achieve something significant. Nowadays, there are many things competing for our attention, but our focus is really important. Epictetus teaches us that if we let our minds wander, it can cause problems and stop us from doing our best and achieving our goals. So we should value our attention just like we value our time and energy and not waste it on unimportant distractions. Turn it inside out and see what it is like, what it becomes like when old, sick, or prostituting itself. How short-lived the praiser and praised, the one who remembers and the remembered. Remembered in some corner of these parts, and even there not in the same way by all, or even by one. And the whole earth is but a mere speck. Marcus Aurelius. Stoicism, as explained in this quote from Marcus Aurelius, is all about looking at things from different angles. It's better to take a cold, detached look at negative situations. This helps us see things clearly without getting too caught up in what they mean or where they came from. On the other hand, in situations where something is impressive or praiseworthy, it's useful to adopt a more critical perspective, like looking at it with contempt. When we examine things from the inside out, we can face them with less fear and be less influenced by them. So whether it's dealing with fear of death or dealing with impressive ceremonies, Stoicism encourages us to turn things inside out to understand them better. What is bad luck? Opinion. What are conflict, dispute, blame, accusation, irreverence, and frivolity? They are all opinions. And more than that, they are opinions that lie outside of our own reasoned choice, presented as if they were good or evil. Let a person shift their opinions only to what belongs in the field of their own choice, and I guarantee that person will have peace of mind whatever is happening around them. Epictetus. Epictetus says that bad luck is just a concept that can impact our lives, but it's essentially just a subjective opinion. When things don't go as planned, like a missed opportunity or an unexpected event, we tend to label them as bad luck and view them negatively. This viewpoint isn't objective. It's influenced by our emotions and perspective. Likewise, issues like conflict, blame, accusation, and frivolity are subjective judgments, not inherent qualities of the situations. Our opinions are influenced by cultural or religious beliefs, expectations, and misunderstandings, leading to feelings of anger and frustration. Epictetus advises us to let go of opinions that are beyond our reasoned choice and avoid letting them dictate our reactions. Watch the stars in their courses and imagine yourself running alongside them. Think constantly on the changes of the elements into each other, for such thoughts wash away the dust of earthly life. Marcus Aurelius. When we gaze up at the stars, it's hard not to be moved. The vastness of the universe can make us feel really small, but it can also make us feel deeply connected to everything around us. We often get caught up in our daily lives and ponder that what's happening to us is the most important thing in the world. But Marcus Aurelius tells us to counteract that self-centered view by looking at nature and considering things much bigger than ourselves. When we admire the beautiful expanse of the sky, it helps us forget about the small, trivial worries of life. It's a reminder to bring ourselves in the grandeur of the universe as often as we can. And in doing so, we can cleanse our minds of the everyday dust and pettiness. Pay attention to what's in front of you, the principle, the task, or what's being portrayed. Marcus Aurelius. It's natural for us to daydream about the future or dwell on the past. What's harder is paying full attention to what's happening in front of us, like the task at hand or what we're dealing with right now. Especially when it's something we don't really want to do, we tend to brush it off and see it as unimportant or as not defining us. But Marcus Aurelius reminds us that it does matter because it could be crucial, maybe even the last thing we ever do. There's an old saying that goes, "How we do anything is how we do everything." It means that how we handle today is how we'll handle every day, and how we manage this moment is how we'll manage every moment. So focusing on what's in front of us is a way to build a better, more responsible, and reliable version of ourselves. Finally, all these quotes from Epictetus and Marcus Aurelius shall shed light on what we must do and focus on in our daily lives in order to achieve a great relationship with ourselves, others, and the world. Remember, powerful quote is always in every step we take. See you in the next video.